Mean that at 2 items you have huge agency and the scaling of Vladimir will not be an issue either. However, you look at the side of King's Dragon X and you say, not the easiest to hit with a 5-man Hemo Plague. It's not immobile threats like the Victor and the Varus. It is people who can reposition pretty happily on the side of Kingzone, so the reliability of the Vlad might be called into question a little bit. I actually think the lane assignments are more kind to Griffin than perhaps they should have been, but we'll talk about that a bit more when we load into the game. And Tarzan with the last pick jungle that is now becoming the meta on patch 9.1. How will his Xin Zhao look first game in LoL Park?
You can see largest on your screen there, Pawn versus Chovy, the old versus the new. So we load up onto Summoner's Rift, see who can take it. That is something that would have been unheard of this time last year.
Lane you're going to get when you lock in a pretty risky first round duo lane for Kingzone Dragon.
Wow, we've already got a flash on the bottom side. Viper just gets destroyed. That is a level 2 advantage. I haven't seen capitalized like that for a very long time.
When he's level 6, you got a level 2, baby. Vladimir can teleport back, but tail between the legs. We saw the start of this invade. And let's watch the punishment on Tucson. Well, it's just Tarzan walking up. And turns out that Tucson was low. We know he used his flash, and he's just a dead fat boy.
He is a dead fat boy, indeed. Was waiting for that body slam. I mean, there's a chance that it could have got over that wall, but unfortunately...
Assassin play in the Kesper Cup final.
Well, we'll see whether Tarzan can actually just take down Rascal, and he can. That is the Halo Blades, ladies and gentlemen. Level 8.
Also
he's got a warrior.
The Rift Herald top side.
Well, Kuz, you can see, I believe, didn't actually poke his head out. That was a visual bug, as Griffin now know that he's down here. They're actually going for the dive. Hemo Plague onto 3 members, but Viper has the pull. He'll get so much health back from this pop, as well as the teleport comes in from Sword. Turns into a train, trying to turn this one around, but Rascal has joined in this battle. Meanwhile, Rift Herald goes down, and now Kingzone are in this awful position. 5 members now underneath this turret. They need to make this one work. They take the first kill. They will get the second. Sword, the next to go down. This is a dive I wasn't expecting. It's looking beautiful. Sword to be taken. It's Rascal with the double now as Chovy. Can he finish them all off? Gets the first one. The zombie Sword is still here. Dives over, gets the double kill. Will he have another Q? Not enough energy just yet. Has to flash to get out of the way. There's Def there with very low health, has to be careful, but there's no charges left on the ult, and Chovy underneath the turret. Man, that was some crazy play on both sides.
Any more items on Chovy? There was a Gunblade here. There were going to be 4 kills being won by the Akali. You need to see what happened in the minimap. We'll get a replay of the action. You always want to see 46 CS. It's 176 CS in 15 minutes as Akali. Here's the engage.
Here's the engage. Yeah, we've got the quickness to start this one off as Deft has to use the ult defensively to try and get out. So far, no one's died just yet, but that is not going to happen for long as Pawn is going to be the first one to die. Chovy still chasing on through. Deft and Kuz limping away from this one. Kuz thinking about making his way back in, but nothing doing. Pawn does go wanting to try and ambush. Deft is such a juicy target. Over the wall he goes. Lehens doesn't find the first portion of this CC, but there's the Hemo Plague. And Deft already so incredibly low. No mana to speak of as Tarzan's trying to get in there. Viper over the side is the one to finish him off. The Urgot once again goes down as an afterthought, and Kuz will be the next one to fall. All the gap closes all the time. And Viper is now 3-2-0.
And
20 minutes just yet is just ludicrous.
Run, Rascal.
Yeah, you need to get out of here. Use the last of his mana to try and use that Clara Doom, but Lehens is here. That is a very, very easy grand entrance and delivered over to the mid laner as Chovy says, no, Viper. This one's mine.
Teamfight impact and can dive with all of his friends. The dive buddies are there. The trust falls have been completed by Griffin. They definitely have some of the best communication we've ever seen. Speaking of trust falls.
Hands in possibly a little bit of trouble. Tucson has used the barrel quite nicely, but Tarzan going to grab that first kill. The double knock-up from Sword as he makes his way in. And this is the type of combination play that we expect from Griffin. It's just beautiful. Pawn once again trying not to die. This time he'll be okay, but the rest of his team, to that being a bit of an afterthought. And it turning into the game that most people were expecting is we're going to continue at 3-man knock-up from Lehens as Tarzan going to once again kill Deft. Rascal now in trouble, has to self-ult as Viper just wanders past him. Now decides that he might kill him as Kuz is being taken care of by the rest of his team. Chovy going to secure that kill, and now they're looking to break open the base.
The gold lead is in Silly Stations. We should play the Yakety Sax 15,000 gold lead. Going to be cemented with this turret going down. Griffin are on a different level to the other members of the LCK as far as we've seen. 2-0 over Freaka, 3-0 over Damwon, 3-0 over Gen G so far on the 2019 patch, looking to make quick work of Kingzone.
Yep, this Death Note once again happening. As you can see, Lehen's once again bouncing around. It's another kill going over to Tarzan. This guy seems like he can do absolutely no wrong when it comes to Korean League of Legends at this stage. Tucson trying to make a play, but all he's going to do is die as the Nexus turrets fall. The Nexus soon to follow, and Griffin, their first game in the LCK for 2019 is no surprise for anyone following them, and an absolute joy to watch if you're already a Griffin fan.
Masterful performance from Griffin, and yet, do we learn anything?
Last minute swap, actually.
We'll get the confirmation when we roll in here, but here is the side of Griffin. They do end up with the Xinjiao. The Elise is the surprising one. Pretty squishy champion, the 2v2, and if you don't have your repel up, Gragas all in, just like Vladimir was taken down as a possibility. Let's get the confirmation of the rolls on the side of Kingzone Dragon X, and yes, it will be, like you mentioned, Rascal on the top side, trying to find some advantages, and Pawn sticking with the Urgot rather than repping the Jace of the past.
Yeah, and a very similar team composition, but maybe lacking that crowd control option of the Lissandra. Coming from the top side of the map, Kingzone get another chance to try and put a dent in the armor that is this Griffin squad. Nobody else so far in 2019 or the end of 2018 has been able to do it. The team that didn't go to Worlds, the team that a lot of people wanted there, and now they're making us want that again.
Fightings are there. The players are ready
Today
to
in our first series.
Gotta
Maybe not in
admit-
the first game, but in the rest.
Oh, here we go. Flash misses.
Yeah, flashes forward and deft. Going to be absolutely fine. The first cocoon not going to find the mark as Lehens was trying to do to them. Yeah, easily grab those ones away, cuz roaming around
The Hens
here
is actually all
Lehens.
alone with no flash.
Yeah, gets that very deep ward in there. Does have the repel available. Will get behind Pawn, but puts himself very close to that knock-up from the Zac. And he's likely just going to get taken down here. Tucson comes in, wants an assist. Deft wishes he had got one, but he actually did as he nailed the W on the way through. And that is going to be once again a very
2v2. It's level 5 Zac, so yeah, still have to move away from that. Pawn might be caught here.
Yeah, Chovy diving forward. The flash has to be used here from Pawn, but he was held onto for so long. There's the audacious charges. Pawn very, very low. Trying to get more done here, but gets their heads bogged together. Doesn't matter as Cuz still has to flash to get his way out, and he will lose his red buff as well.
Lose-lose scenario there for Cuz with the early Sheen. Mid lane's going just fine. Chovy farming it out. Pawn trying to chase.
Yeah, Tarzan able to audaciously charge over the wall on top of him there as well. Has to go into his stopwatch, but is this a see your death moment? That's the question. The answer is a definitive yes, as that teleport has to be followed, but that's one too many turret shots. The flash from Rascal, not able to take down Tarzan, just nonchalantly saunters out.
Exactly. It could be at risk of being solo killed, and he's gone Klepto, so it's a pretty bank-heavy build on the side of the Jace.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like Smeb was really our biggest Blade of the Ruined King Jace player as Deft gets engaged on here by Tarzan. That amount of damage is just despicable.
Oh, Cuz
dives forward. Yeah, he was looking for it. But unfortunately, without your 80 carry, he's just going to go down as Tarzan continuing the pressure. Turret falls. That being said, things going wrong elsewhere on the map as well, as Cuz once again looking for an engagement, but choosing your target as an Ezreal probably not a great idea, as there's a flash from Tarzan trying to turn it around. Gets knocked back. It's Rascal that's able to help out there as Cuz should go down to the passive. The Q from Viper is enough for that. As Deft looking for a way into this fight. The Q able to do some damage, but it's Sword tanking the majority of it. Good knock up off to the side. Chovy 1v1 against Pawn, but low health bars here for Griffin. They're still pushing forward. Deft has the ultimate, and now the re-engage from Kingzone. Lehens so incredibly low. The flash from Deft, as now we've got Sword channeling the Q, but that means the Deft free hitting onto him. It's going to be the Mystic shots there, and Viper way too low to get himself back forward. Zombie Scion is just a beast trying to take down Deft as the teleport's here to turn it around once again.
Kali had no ultimate to impact this fight, so that Kali was largely a passenger. Deft does live, but Griffin don't lose a fight that halfway through, if you paused it, looked like Kingzone's way back into the game.
Was still able to get so much more than Kingzone.
Now, there is an Infernal being worn by them, and Chovy could be taken down here. No ult, remember, on Pawn.
Yep. That being said, he will need to be very, very careful. Disdain not able to actually arm, and the corrosive charge also not going to find it because gets the flash out. Chovy will get his head bonked into the turret as Deft lands it this time, wants to find the Q, doesn't get it. Sidestep from Deft keeps him out of the way, but now Pawn once again in a horrible spot, and Chovy gets into the shroud and baits beautifully. Both of them go down. The best friends dead at exactly the same time.
Of the threshold of the just available Fear Beyond Death. Awesome stuff from Griffin across 2 different encounters. And now they want to kill Rascal, who doesn't have a lot of good places to go, and is actually awkwardly spotted by the Vision Plan.
Yep. Chovy going to jump over that wall, and Rascal tanking the turret because he has to. He's in a whole host of trouble. Acceleration Gate might get him a little bit further towards safety, but Lehens needs to land the cocoon, picks the juke. And that should be Chovy grabbing the kill. He will do it. Lehens still takes red buff. No steal to go over to Griffin here, but Pawn underneath this mid lane turret. I have a feeling he's dead. Another cocoon's going to land. A very easy pick off under the turret in the mid lane.
Hedge your bets at all.
What, right at the back of the fountain? Is that not okay?
You know, I don't know if you're safe there, Atlas.
That's real scary stuff. As I'm beginning to believe you, as Tucson just going to get solid out on the back end. Tarzan picks that one up very, very easily once again. Positional mistake. And Griffin are going to punish in front of everyone.
Very deep teleport being attempted here to try to squish a bug one more time.
Yeah, he's going to be able to transfer to the Baron really nicely. Has the cocoon as Deft. He's going to be able to avoid it. Lehens will. Oh my God! The redemption keeps him alive for that little while longer.
Yeah, the anime. Season 2, apparently the feedback was a bit more comedy.
Well, Lehens is the one that's jumped on that train and is now going to get caught once again, but Kuz puts his face into that cocoon, and that is not what you want. The rest of his friends do turn up. Kingzone have to back away. Chovy once again in his shroud. One is started. Deft just explodes! Chovy found him, and Chovy dealt with him as well. Lehens gets in here, but he's not the one to talk about because all the damage is elsewhere. Kuz probably didn't want to actually kidnap anyone into the backline. His sword just delivered free entry. The Urgot dies as an afterthought, and Rascal says, I don't want to go anywhere near you guys. I'm happy to sacrifice the base. I might take a turret on the map. The Griffins say they don't even want to sacrifice that.
Vindicating all the expectation, Atlas.
Well, against Griffin, they've been found wanting, but I think that most teams will be in that same category, as we've got another engage coming in from Tarzan. Gets the knockback as the kidnap's used just to get Kuz out of dodge. The damage still going to be there, and the inhibitor going to go down. Tarzan sacrifices half of his health bar for that cocoon, landing onto Pawn, and he gets destroyed by Lehens. Has that Q damage just to get rid of the Urgot. And Chovy, what is that? Dives onto Deft, somehow got tagged, and that's the True Shot barrage, finishing it off. I don't know how that happened, but damn, Deft was, now you're here, now you're not, and the Nexus is going to go down because now no one has any damage to speak of. Griffin showing up here on the LCK stage for 2019. They were beasts in the Casper Cup, and they're continuing it on the LCK stage.
Welcome back to the LCK, Griffin. You have not missed a trick. 10 matches now is the streak since the start of Casper Cup on the 2019 patch. And how long can that streak extend, both in the LCK